Hello, Anya Keister here. Today I am hoping to do one of several of these sorts of things. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose one of my favorite movies to watch during the Halloween season and do like a makeup cosplay sort of look based off of one of the characters in it or the general feel of the movie. So today's choice is the movie Crimson Peak. This is a movie that came out a few years ago. It's directed by Guillermo del Toro. The stars are amazing in it. And I just went and rewatched it so I could be re-inspired by it. Crimson Peak is a film that, although in the general horror genre, is a little bit more nuanced because it falls into a gothic horror. And you can see this in a lot of the artistic stylings that Del Toro decided when doing this. The cinematography is stunning. The lighting is all symbolic and gorgeous and lush. But an interesting thing is that the characters don't actually have a lot of makeup on them. They're done very plain. So the makeup that I do for this one will fall into a pretty plain category. I've already done a little bit of kind of like color correction, but I'm not going to have to add a whole lot. I'm going to be going as the character of Edith. When I was at the thrift store recently, I found this very pretty kind of like sheer looking top that I feel could kind of fall into a lazy cosplay. I have this wig, which I'm going to go into a little bit of how I'm working this wig. I created some cool lighting effects with some gels, so we're going to do that. Let's actually start with the wig. So this was a wig that I had. It was just a plain blonde wig. I'm just gonna pin up her bangs a little bit more. It does have bangs, so it's not going to fall under the style of Edith. I currently don't have any foam heads, so this is just on a lampshade. But as you can see, what I did was I have braided all of these, and let's go to the photos. So we'll go to the images, and I'll go to the side here, so we can put the pictures here. So first of all, you're gonna see that I took the wig out, put it on the lampshade. This is how it looks. It has bangs. This is how it normally is. The next step I did was I just brushed it out. If you have a wig and it's really being stubborn, you can add a little bit of like a wig spray, or if you have like a silicone lube, you can also do that. That's going to help with being able to get the brush through it. And when you brush, you want to make sure that you're brushing against a surface. Don't just like brush it down like that. Brush against a surface so you can like lay it on your lap or on a bed if it's a long wig. Start on the bottoms and work your way up to the top to get all those tangles out. So after I brushed out all the tangles, what I did was I did this little braiding here. So I sectioned it into 4 because Edith's hair in kind of the latter half of the movie where most of the action is happening, she has this kind of wave. Now, I'm sure the wig stylist did that using an actual curling kind of technique. This is just like a lazy, I got a day, let's throw this together kind of look. So if you braid, your hair is going to have a wave. So we have these 4 braids right here. And then what I did was I steamed them using a water steamer. Mine is not the strongest. So after I steamed them and they were a little damp, what I did was I put this in a lingerie bag with a dryer sheet, and I did it on a delicate setting, medium heat. And I just would check in on it every 5 minutes to make sure it wasn't doing any damage to the wig. I did this because as I steamed it, the wig was still a little damp after like a few hours later. And I wanted to dry it out, but also really set in those braids. At this point, I don't actually know how it's going to look. This is going to be a fun experiment we're all going to do together. So I'm going to put her on last just to keep those braids in as long as possible. I'm hoping that this sticks so I can also use this wig for Luna Lovegood, but we'll see. So with that being said, let's go to the makeup. So as I said, I already put a little bit of concealer and some face on. Like I said, this is very minimal, so I'm basically just gonna fill in a little bit on my brows, but keep it pretty light because the character has very blonde eyebrows. A little bit of shadow, maybe a little bit of soft lining just for my own vanity, a little bit of face color, and then just a very light lip. So, yeah, let's get going with it.